I am in Las Vegas at CES 2022, and we brought the 6.5 on the road. And I want to introduce my incredible co host, Daniel Newman. How are you, my friend?
Mr. Moorhead, beautiful, sir. The wind looks bright and shiny and tall. And I was on the road with you. We had the chance to spend some time in Vegas. I did depart a little bit earlier, but we kept the theme of on the road by keeping you in Las Vegas a little bit longer as CES continued on. And it's making a comeback.
That's right. Yeah, it was great to be here. But let's jump in and be kind to our guests here. Our guests here are from Intel. I know them very well. Chris Walker, as well as Stephanie Halford. How are you doing?
Hey, we're doing great. Thanks for having me and us, Pat and Daniel. It's always great to talk to you guys.
Yeah, I know you guys are very famous, but maybe you can introduce what you do, what you both do for Intel. Maybe that's a good place to start.
Yeah, so I can start. Chris Walker, corporate vice president and general manager of mobile for Intel, and that's everything from PCs to wired and wireless connectivity. So real privilege to kind of lead the business part in front of so many talented engineers at Intel.
Yeah, and Chris, it's been great to get to know you over the years.
Oh yeah, both in many contexts, Pat.
Yeah, Stephanie.
And good to see you all again. My name's Stephanie Hallford. I run our business client platforms, which is really our commercial segment business. So um, we focus on our large enterprise, government, small, medium business, and education sectors. And my team primarily is responsible for our leading business platform, which is our VPro brand. And we've had some exciting news, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you all in the next half hour.
Absolutely. And just as everyone out there is paying attention, tuning in to our shows here, you're seeing it's a little bit hybrid, but the whole concept of the on the road is a little bit more of a impromptu sessions. We're hoping in the future we're going to be in your booth, we're going to be live in person, but anyone that knows the 6.5 knows that the kind of the concept is we do these insiders that are kind of deep dive interviews where maybe one of you two will come back in the near future and you come on with us and we really we get deep into it. Beyond the Road was all about what are the big moments, what are the big announcements at the event. So that's what we're going to talk to you both about. And you both, I think, had some really big announcements. Now, just for the sake of this platform, I'll do a quick disclaimer. This show is for information and entertainment purposes only. And while we are talking to and about publicly traded companies, this is not investment advice. We are here to educate and inform and hopefully tell you guys all about the great things that happened at CES this year. And so, Chris, maybe start with you. We'd love to just kind of hear what were the big things. There were many, but I don't want to steal your thunder that you're really excited to have announced within your group at CES this year.
CES is always fun for us because it's the opportunity together with our partners to really say what's coming for 2022 and maybe a little glimpse of what's even going beyond that. And for us, what we were able to do at CES this year, the big news was the continuation of our 12th gen core family, bringing that into mobile. You heard us, in the fall of last year, start bringing that into desktop. And the 12th gen core family, it's a performance hybrid architecture. And this is the biggest change to x86 in a decade. And this ability to bring performance, high frequency cores together with efficient cores for multitasking. It's really an architecture for how we're working and living and playing with our PCs today and where it goes in the future. And so that was super exciting for us to show our H series, dedicated to gamers and content creators, and bar none, the best, the fastest mobile processor out there, the best for gaming. We showed it in gameplay, showed it in frame rates, showed it with Adobe. It's fantastic to bring this kind of performance in truly mobile systems. It's super exciting to see the range of designs coming to market in the next few months on this platform. Over 100 just on the high performance H series alone. Super exciting just to get that kicked off and bring that new architecture into mobile.
Yeah, I think it's the Chris, the 10th anniversary. The MIT Technology Review said that the PC was dead. And then I think we saw one quarter where there was 45% growth, and due to supply constraints, I think we rounded off at around 20%. But it's incredible at how successful the notebook as a platform and the PC holistically has been. And part of it is its scalability. And you not only announced the H series, but I think you also introduced specifications for different types of platforms. And I think of H as, highest performance gaming and content creators. What are the U and the P for?
Yeah, so Pat, one of the cool things about this 12th gen core and the new performance hybrid architecture, super scalable. So we started, with the beasts that are, high performance beasts that are, the desktop towers and just a fantastic gameplay that you get for that. Bring it down into, we used to call them muscle books, but they've got all the power, but there's like CrossFit. They're slimmed down now, right? All under 20 millimeters and just super high performance. But when we did the range of the architecture, it's to go all the way down into ultra thin and lights. And in fact, we'll talk a little bit later about the future of Vivo. But years, 2 years ago, last time I was, physically at CES, we showed off the future of foldables, and now you see partners like Asus, talking about them coming into market this year, large screen foldables. And so the architecture is meant to go to this really dynamic range. And so H is, like I said, dedicated gaming machines, high-end mobile workstation content creation machines. But when we look at the range that you can do with this hybrid architecture, we see also the ability to do very premium, very high performance, thin and light. Think of our P series as targeted that kind of 13 to 15 inch type systems where, the blend of the compute performance and the graphics performance, basically it's all in one package. And then the U series is more for you kind of a range of everything from detachable products to very, very thin, ultra thin and lights, where it's more about form factor optimization. We do different packaging types there, and we do different optimizations of the product design, packaging, power management to fit like the most extreme form factors out there.
Yeah, so it might be something like a foldable PC or
Yeah,
something like that.
detachables,
Okay,
that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, I think all of us are enjoying some of these different form factors. Part of the benefit Pat and I have of doing what we do is we both have a mountain of
Yeah,
laptops in our office. Some of them we use a lot more than others, and it's sort of interesting to see what rises to the top because it actually, by de facto, they start as something. Hey, sample this, and in the end, it's like I'm not sending this back. Uh,
Exactly.
this one you can have this one, but not that one. No, and Chris, thanks for going through that. And Pat and I'll come back to you because I'm sure there's a few more things we want to poke here, but I want to get Stephanie in the mix here. Stephanie, Pat talked about that 10-year-old prognosis that aged very poorly about the death of the PC. And part of the, what's really kept the PC moving is at the enterprise and at the business level and what people need. And then, of course, the pandemic caused an exponential
That's
spike
right.
as we all ended up doing more meetings like this and less meetings in person. And Intel, the vPro platform has been a big part of that story, focusing on enterprise, but also focusing on SMBs and really giving users everything they need in a single, on a single platform to be able to grow with changing behaviors and hybrid work. Talk about the announcements and what you were really focused on here at this year's CES.
Yeah, here at CES, we came out with some pretty big news. We've been really excited about how we've evolved the value of the vPro platform. vPro really is that secure manageability, and in the COVID space, it has become even more important. And what we announced at CES this week was really that we've expanded that value now to new segments. We've primarily been focused on large enterprise, and that is our vPro, our original vPro solution. But now we brought in a new vPro Essentials, and that brings some of the security, remote manageability capability into a SMB or a small and medium business focused offering. We also announced vPro for Chrome. So now we're offering it in, multiple OS environment. And Chris talked about, all the goodness that we're bringing with Evo into our mobile space. And so we've really doubled up that security manageability with VPro on those mobility, those fantastic Evo designs that, are required by, utmost mobile professionals. So we came out with really four new, or four parts of the VPro brand. We came out with a new brand. You'll see, really what we're trying to tell our customers is if you're a business, you look for VPro. Then what version of VPro you need is going to be dependent on your size, your IT sophistication, your mobility needs, etc. So we really came out with a big VPro bang, and then in the next couple months, you'll see us come out with a little bit more detail as we come out with our partners on some of the solutions we've enabled, the specifics on how we're driving that Evo experience in commercial, who we've worked with ecosystem to enable that video conferencing, the noise cancellation, all that work that we're doing, combined with VPro security. So it's been pretty fun. It's been exciting, but more to come the end of Q1.
Yeah, Stephanie, I really like the expansion of vPro, and I won't bring up the fact that in the analyst councils, it was a very hot topic, and the reality is that all businesses require the highest level of security out there. Not everybody needs the same type of manageability, right? It's a different type of environment. So I like the expansion of the value proposition, and I think that Chromebooks are an undeniable force that we saw pick up in businesses. I was always wondering, hey, is this ever going to get out of education? And I think during COVID, we did see some of that movement actually happen, and it definitely reduces any type of objection to that. I'm curious, any anecdotal feedback from either the channel or the small businesses, anything you can share with the audience on that?
We've had really a lot of interest from a new, just, analysts actually that, are focused on the small and medium business space, are coming forward and saying, this is great. We need, small and medium businesses are terribly confused. And with that IT sophistication, the breadth of either understanding or misunderstanding is rampant. So there's a lot of excitement that we're bringing in that hardware-based security, and together with software solutions that are directed at some of the big topics these days, like ransomware. I mean, what I was hearing from some of the managed service providers is that many, something like 70% of their customers right now have acknowledged some level of malware or ransomware attack. And with VPro, we've built in an ability to detect those attacks and shut down the system. And that's part of our Intel Hardware Shield. And what we've really done is worked with a number of companies to bring that solution through their own offerings and made it better together. So we're working with, Windows Defender and many others, CrowdStrike and others included, that are bringing those solutions. When on vPro, you're actually able to, shut down the hardware as that software alerts the systems. So we're focused on really what businesses care about most, and right now that is the ability to secure their assets. And that doesn't stop with large enterprise. It's, small and medium businesses are excited too. The other feedback I'd offer, Pat, is that we've focused a lot on bringing these capabilities through software and APIs so that managed service providers can take their solutions and build it in. And that's proved to be, I think, most interesting from a lot of small and medium business, because many of them don't manage their systems. They outsource to those MSPs. So if the MSPs are able to bring in a vPro system and bring in that security and remote manageability and handle everything for them, that's been very, good news for many of the SMBs who are quite confused but concerned right now on how they protect their businesses.
Stephanie, it's a very exciting set of tools for the business and for the small business. I like how you put that. I say secure and productive. And Pat, both Pat and I lead businesses, and these are things that we think about, of course, with our companies, right? How do we give tools to our teams that enables them to work anywhere, work effectively and efficiently, and then, of course, more than ever, we need to be thinking about working securely.
So, Stephanie, it's great to see that the PC as a device is getting more vertical, right? We have specialty devices for small businesses, for enterprises, but also there's this road warrior that needs to be optimized for. Could be a consumer, could be in commercial. And Chris, you brought in a you've been working on a program for, I think this is the third year now, the Evo program, that you are upping the game, tightening the specifications, and improving the overall experience. And it was funny, Stephanie talked about running your business on a phone and how that doesn't work. The reality is we've got a phone, we have a PC, and you're actually doing stuff in the experience that combines
Yeah.
the interaction of both those, which is really cool. I just stole a little bit of your thunder there, Chris. My apologies, but it's some really cool stuff.
Well, I remember Pat seeing you at one of our conferences with your, spray of devices out, and I think I kind of took that to heart. And it's been my mission over the past few years just to get everything more and more into the notebook and two-in-one. So cut some of the devices out of your life and make it easier for you to work across your phone and PC. But what we've done with Evo, and we're on our third edition spec that comes out. Products will be shipping this year. It's for both consumer and commercial. And the beauty of what we've done is we've looked at how do people work, whether on the road or in the home. What does that go-getter need? And we said there's a couple big things that we've done starting last year into this year. The first is make sure the PC performs the way you expect it. High performance, whether you're plugged in or on battery. You're not going to see us throttling, right? It's run these and do that in the real world with actual applications, the way we do things. We're doing conferencing, right? We've got things going on in the background. You probably have, a music stream going, and that's how we test. That's how we deliver the performance and the all day battery life. It's one thing, and we've done this over the past, and Pat, we've had these conversations over the years about, video playback is a great way to show how you can do low power states and power manage a panel. And we've done that over the last couple of years, 20, 24, 26, 30 hours of battery life that, that can be done on an Intel-based PC. What's important is you've got all day battery life as you're working, as you're conferencing, right? And that's what Evo does. Guarantees that battery life while the performance. Now, the cool things that we've done for the third edition spec, we've expanded it to do the things like we're doing here, intelligent collaboration. So what's default in an Evo-based PC, whether you're a consumer or a corporate buyer? Uh, Equal or greater than full HD cameras for conferencing. Wi-Fi 6E for great bandwidth, right? Intelligent noise cancellation. So no matter who's on the other end of the conferencing, you can filter out the dogs, the kids, the noise in the background, so you've got a better seamless experience. And that's the thought process of how we think about workflows today and the future. And then what we started showing that will come by holiday this year on select Evo systems, starting to roll out with a company we've worked with for years and just recently acquired, Screenovate, to bridge your phone, be it Android or iOS, with your PC. So you don't have to interrupt your flow. You can get a seamless experience of your messaging across your PC device, your photos. If you want to take telemetry off of your smartwatch and integrate it into the PC for health or other reasons, right? That can all be done more seamlessly. That's what we've thought about how people use their PCs today, how integrated it is in their life, and what they're going to need going forward. So look forward to getting Daniel and Pat do that and kind of really change how you're doing your workflow on your PCs.
Chris, Stephanie, I want to thank you so much for being part of this new format of our 6.5. We continue to expand, and as our show started, we were we were solidly in lockdown. And so as time has gone on, we've added a summit. We're now adding an on the road, and this is hybrid. And soon enough, hopefully, we will be together physically somewhere safely on camera doing these moments, talking about all the great innovation that's coming out from your teams at Intel.
Well, again, thanks to both of you for having us on, and always a joy to work with you guys, get your feedback, help us. You guys help us, on our product, push us, make things better, and just can't wait to be back in person.
For sure.
Yeah, very grateful for the opportunity. We're excited. We've got lots of, good things coming out. CES has been a big week for us. And so it's fun to be able to share, come out and share the last, couple years of hard work and bring it to your audience. So appreciate working with you guys always.
Thanks.
Absolutely. We'll be waiting to hear more. Pat, fun times. Another one in the books. We'll get this out there this week before CES is over. If you're tuned in, thanks for taking the time and watching our show. We always appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Check out the various posts you'll see from Patrick on Forbes. You'll find updates from Futurum on the 12th Gen right on our research blog, and you'll be hearing more commentary from us across Twitter and everything else. So hit that subscribe button. Tune in for more episodes of the 6.5, the Insider, and now On the Road. For this episode, though, Pat, for me, for you, for these Intel folks that were so kind to join us, it's time to say goodbye.
Bye.
Take care.
We'll see you later.